welcome back to my channel. So Eris recently went on her Instagram and she posted a picture of baby Charlie, and here's like the best look I think we've gotten of Eris's and Cameron's baby by far. The baby's got a full head of hair. It's absolutely adorable. And while we're talking about Cameron, somebody recently posted in a Facebook group Cameron's alleged baby mama exposing Cameron. So for those of you who don't know, baby Charlie is not Cameron's first child. He actually has a son he shares with someone else, as 9-year-old son by the name of Paris. So his baby mama came out, and this is what she had to say. She said, "Since y'all want to be in my business so bad, Cam has never even asked me to put Paris on any type of television or asked anything when it comes to Paris being talked about on that whack show. Cam has done nothing for my son Paris. He acts like he doesn't exist, and to be honest, I'm glad he's not around, because when he did pop in his life again at 8 years old, for literally 2 visits, he tried to completely ruin me and my son's relationship by talking crap about me to my child. Stop the cap, and y'all women out of all people should know not to listen to these dudes on social media. Since y'all so fanned out and you want to know so bad, come to talk to the mother, because he ain't ish to my son, and don't talk to him at all. My son is 9 years old and he can even tell you guys." So she's inviting people to hit her up to ask her about Cam herself. I tried to look it up. I could not find no pending child support cases against Cam at this time. I'm not sure she's actually taken to him to court to get like a court order for child support to be paid. But regardless, if there's a child support order put in place or not, if you bring a child in this world, then you need to take care of it. Like I said, I have no proof if this is true or not. I'm just showing you guys what the baby mama is allegedly sharing. Now let's talk about somebody I haven't talked about in a hot minute, and that's Heather. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of took a step back from Heather for a while because it just seems like it's always the same old rhetoric and it's the same old rants over and over again. And I'm not gonna lie, she kind of gives me a headache every single time I listen to her little rants. But anyway, she has came out recently and said that she's pregnant. She claims she's currently 17 weeks pregnant, and then yesterday she posted that she was assaulted by 3 men last night. One threw a cup of coffee in my face, and the other ripped the door off my tent and kicked me in the head around 3 a.m. while I was sleeping. Called police multiple times before that with dispatch promising to send a car that never arrived. Currently awaiting an ultrasound to make sure that the baby is safe. And then she said, additionally, I'm being prevented from filing a police report on the incident, both in person, online, and over the phone. What I just don't understand is this girl literally has been beat up like 5 times this month now and robbed multiple times and all kinds of sorts of accusations she's made. But she has receipts and documentation of everything else, but she never gets any of this stuff on video when it happens to her. So she posted a receipt of her trying to call the police. She says, "Try to call the police," and a crackhead answered the phone. I was just like, what? And so that's what she has the police saved as, I guess. And then she ended up showing a picture of an ultrasound from earlier today showing that she did go to the hospital and the baby's fine. She also found out the gender of the baby today. So she said she's 17 weeks. She was able to find out the gender. She's not announcing it yet. She said she's going to try her best to keep it a secret until she has the baby, but she's already excited and she's not too confident she'll be able to do that. And now I want to give a shout out to we_r_BCG. They are on Instagram. They're also on YouTube. So pretty much what they are, they're like a Heather exposed page where they pretty much clock everything Heather does. They have insider information because they're close with people who know Heather and former friends and family of Heather. So check them out on Instagram. But I want to give credit to them because they actually pointed out, they looked at Heather's post where she claims she called the police after her assault, and it shows at 10:30 that's when she called the police. And she claims this assault happened at 3:30 in the morning. So what she's showing doesn't match up with what she's saying. So shout out to We Are BCG because they also spoke with a former friend of Heather. So for those of you guys who have been following this story for a while, then you guys will know who Amy is. Amy is the girl that was Heather's friend a while back, and Heather has talked a lot of trash on Amy and her family because she claims that Amy stole her car title. Well, Amy is tired of hearing all the slander and lies about her all the time, so she decided to come forward and tell her side of the story, and it's pretty eye-opening. So, you know, the Cadillac we saw Heather with on the show, she claims she paid for the Cadillac. It was all hers. And she claims right when she finally paid it off, and she said that was like the nicest thing she's ever had. She finally paid it off. She said she drove to Florida, and she's supposed to do like this photo shoot or meet up with this guy down there. He totally ghosted her. So she drove back from Florida, and when she was coming through Georgia, the car broke down, and the whole motor ended up blowing up. So since this happened, we have not heard the end of it. Heather constantly brings up this car that she paid off, and she just makes herself sound like such a victim when she brings it up, like other people haven't had a car that's broke down or died on them before. But she sat there and she kept saying Amy stole the title, it's Amy's fault, you know, it's everybody else's fault. And Amy came forward, and this is what Amy had to share. So she said, hey, this is Amy. She said, I'm ready to come forward. I'll write out something that you can post in a story or something. I'm just sick of her bringing my name up all the time. I only ever try to help her, and she victimized me and made my life a living hell. So she messaged We Are BCG. She said, hello. Many of you have heard my name mentioned by Heather many, many times as she perpetuates this victim narrative that she has come accustomed to. Heather is a compulsive liar. She's entitled and she uses drugs. She's constantly talking about the R word she has falsely endured, but she sat in another room as she set me up to be taken advantage of while she received payment for what was happening to me. She trafficked me to many people in several places, and she created an environment to which I was unable to leave unless she was with me. So Heather's constantly trying to act like she's the one that went through this, and now we're learning that Amy allegedly went through this from Heather. So she says there's literally no way to escape her. If she ever had to leave, she would lock me in a room until she returned. She used my identity to get a car loan that I was unaware of. She stalked and she harassed me and my family, demanding a title for a car that was never hers. She likes to blame Dylan for everything. She'll never take accountability for what she did to me. She thinks she's the only victim in the world, and she'll never admit to victimizing me. Heather abandoned her children many years ago. She's never really been a mother to any of her children. She has left them with their fathers or father's family since she gave birth to them. It was nothing for her to go months without even speaking to them. She hasn't even been given more help than she's ever deserved. If only half of you knew the real Heather Gillespie, your head would spin. She's evil in every way, shape, and form. She's selfish. She would sacrifice her very own children to make a dollar for herself. She only cares about herself, and that will never change. Xavier, you'll end up in jail one day. Her accusations will eventually stick. I've seen her destroy men's entire lives with one lie. If she delivers this baby, if no one steps in to take this child, she'll abandon it the first chance she gets. Heather, you're evil. I hope you get everything karma has coming for you. I'm willing to answer questions through GoPro Solo Coco. Thanks, Amy. And that's another sister account that is the Heather Exposed Instagram page. So after this was posted, Heather ended up messaging this person, Amy, and she said that God is going to take care of you, and said, on my soul. So then Amy came forward and she had more to say about the car. She said, Heather, you can keep telling the same old tired lie about that Cadillac all you want to, but you didn't pay a single dime for it. You took $800 from me. I wasn't asked. You took it. Maybe you need to be educated on how borrowing something from someone works. Usually a person is asked for a favor, and if they're able to help, they'll help with the favor. But because you're a master manipulator and you had already stolen my identity, you had no need to ask me for anything because you already had everything I had to my name. In fact, I had no idea until the collection started to come to my parents' home that you had even used my identity to purchase the car. I knew long before the collection started coming you had stolen my money. Heather, you need to know that I'm not scared of your false accusations anymore. I'm so grateful for my own recovery. Otherwise, I would be as sad, lonely, and desperate and pathetic as you are and have been for many, many years. Enjoy your miserable life. You deserve it, Amy. So she does not sound happy at all, and I wouldn't be either. I'd be mad if I had to pay off a car that wasn't even mine because someone who I thought was a friend allegedly stole my identity. And now, it goes to show that, Heather just constantly saying, oh, I got this car, I had my place that Dylan stole from me. But then we found out Dylan ended up revealing that the place she had that she cries about all the time, that was paid for by his family. He said that his family put her in a place before he got out of prison because she had nowhere to go, so she could have a place, to film the. So the place was pretty much handed to her. And then when she had the other apartment, she got that from Eric, and that was handed to her. And then this car, that wasn't even technically hers. She took the girl's identity and used her credit. And that is so messed up if that is true. But I believe what Amy's saying because Heather has constantly said that Amy has stole her title, and she's told stories about showing up on Amy's doorstep and arguing with Amy's dad. And now it makes sense why she didn't get the title, because I wouldn't either if I'm technically the one paying for the car and it's my car. So for our next story, just about 3 weeks ago, Dalton went to jail after he put hands on Haley, and Haley has now moved on with a new man. And Dalton has also moved on as well. His girlfriend that he's currently with posted a picture of him from jail and said that he's Gucci, and she's posting pictures of herself all over his Instagram. And I recognize this girl because whenever Haley broke up with Dalton, this is who he got with, and they were posting pictures together. And apparently he was with her before Haley, he was with her after Haley. It's like this is a girl that he keeps on layaway. I just don't get it. He never really posted you when you guys were together, but now that she has control of his phone, she's posting herself left and right, letting it be known that she's his number one. And I just can't. I don't get how a girl can brag and try to flex on people for dating someone who's in jail for literally putting his hands on a woman. And someone even pointed that out in the comments, and she said, well, he didn't put his hands on Haley. And they're like, okay, yeah, he's just in jail for nothing. She's like, oh yeah, because she's a liar, and she claims that Haley's the crazy one and she just made it up, and she's crazy because she has to take 10 pills just to wake up every day because she has some mental conditions, which even if she does, why is that anybody's business? At least she's taking her medication. As long as she's taking her medication and doing what she needs to do, I don't think that should be something someone should try to weaponize against somebody. I just feel like it's a way for her to deflect from what Dalton really did. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Check out my lashes and my lash products at AccordingtoAmber.com. You can use the code 20OFF for 20% off your order. And give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.